So time for our new complete reaction type here. Today I'm gonna react to NEMOPHILA Rise. About it earlier this week, and I've never heard about this band before, right? Currently doing some LOVEBITES, BAND-MAID is alright, and someone's like, you have to check this band out. So we're gonna try it out, of course. If you want to see me do more reactions to this band, of course, please subscribe, share the video, right? Last Sunday then, I did Maximum the Hormone, right? So Sunday is kind of like my experimental day. I'm testing out new bands or whatever, right? New music videos people recommend. And tomorrow we're doing another Wakage band, so the shamisen, guys. But now then, NEMOPHILA Rise.
So many words for us, right the stars, but we can take see all we trust. Come on, you can sound the boy. Don't you take a song that could die. You don't live in yourself. So she got no for journey. Keep your head up, don't give up on your way to go.
Yeah, this started out pretty powerful. I mean, yeah, the first 20 seconds here, you were like, whoa, this is going fast, man. No, I like it, right? So, I kind of like when songs go, how I say it, I like when a song has different dynamics to it, right, you know? When it starts out and it goes bam, 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 and then it slows down, or vice versa, right? But I have to say that I prefer it like in this song here. So I see people recommend it with me because I prefer it when it starts out fast, right, and then it goes into slower beat. They usually get a bit, so you back up the bit here, like here, right, and on, and now it goes to shut it down a little bit, right? Yeah, and now it goes slower, like that, right? When it starts up hype, you know, it starts going up fast, and then it goes down. Yeah, I think I prefer that for most songs, definitely. But keep going. Yeah, I realized that during this bit, right? It's like a guy painting or something. There's like a paintbrush in the music video, and we see him, it's before the thing, back a bit, but we see him like, I think, taking on the side there, and this scene here, right, it's like this guy doing like a paintbrush, I think, on the screen. So we better test again. Yeah, this is like strange. Is he like, I guess we're gonna see what he draws at the end of the video, right? Like he's standing over there, and in the corner, right, you see him every now and then, and I guess this painting will be probably revealed when the music is over. That's what I would guess, right? Yeah. I usually want to put out that I really love her hair, you know. But like I said, man, before I love gals, right? You know, I love the whole gal design, you know, whatever, right? You know, Japanese chicks with blonde hair and so on, and the whole, yeah, Gyaru Yankee aesthetic, right? Is like my favorite team in Japan. So of course I'm like a big, like, oh, this is awesome, yeah. No, I really love her hair. That's amazing. Okay, you know I'm here for the solos, guys. You know I love the solos, right? I am obsessed with, of course, mostly Midori solos. But back, let's listen to that again. Oh, that was amazing. Here it is. It's really awesome. I kind of want to watch like a live, do a live now, maybe a duel.
Look inside a mirror of you. Can you say now with the best of who you are? 心の奥で叫び続けた不完全な明日歩けば Restart you as your boss. There's so many ways first, better stars. But we can take the only one we cross. 小さな一歩出して全て変えるよ強く生きるために進むわ忘れずに It's time to live your life Like the sun from in the sky Now raise your voice
So in the end, right, the painting becomes like hands rising up, of course. Title obviously is Rise. Now, what this reminds me of, though, is BERSERK. Yeah. Am I the only one? I'm sitting here the first time I'm watching a NEMOPHILA video. I'm just like, yeah, that's like BERSERK right there. That's like the godhead in BERSERK. This is the ECLIPSE, right? I'm not gonna spoil if you've seen BERSERK, but this is obviously the most iconic scene in BERSERK. This is the last episode of the anime, or the original anime, yeah, whatever I'm going for, but it's a classic, I feel, interesting image. Now, the song itself, though, right, felt like one of those classic get up by the bootstrap. No, but it clearly has, I guess, like a self-empowering message, right? I would say, from the lyrics. I mean, obviously it's called Rise. And then we have lyrics like, look into the mirror, who you see, right? Are you proud of who you are? Rebellion, yeah, against the evil government. No, but I mean, generally speaking, right, it's either like self-improvement of, okay, you should rise, or you're proud of me or whatever, right? But this is also like the typical message of stand up for yourself, right? Stand up against your bad manager or your terrible husband or boyfriend or whatever, right? Or whatever situation is. But the typical issue, right? A lot of people tend to just, how I say it? Meek, I guess is the word I'm looking for, right? Yeah, tend to be meek. They just tend to not stand up for themselves, right? So it's also that kind of message in the video. Overall, I think that's pretty cool how they kind of keep having this text appearing, in the music video. And yeah, it's like a bunch of different messages, right? Subliminal messages appearing during the music video. And they're most, of course, similar, don't care what they say to you. And yeah, I think some of the other ones kind of go in the same route, right? It's like, don't care what they say, be true to yourself, right? That kind of textual text as well, right? Something like that. But I don't know, alright, leave a comment below what do you think the song's about or so on forth. Now, I thought it was good music. It was very rapid, right? I like it. It was very quick, yeah, very fast. I tend to listen to a lot of like quicker music, I think in general. And as a side note, right, and that is if you like quick, fast music, you tend to be an extrovert. So I used to give these lectures. I used to be a professor back at university before COVID, actually. And one of my lectures was about music. So I know this topic a lot when it comes to extrovert and introvert topic, because it's like a common thing I used to get about that. But basically, right, you can actually really measure these things. So people that like these kind of music, I mean, of course I'm generalizing here, right? But this more thing, right? You tend to actually be more extroverted, right? So I look at myself, and you can be, oh yeah, this music, I like this thing, I like, a lot of other Japanese music that is very high paced, right? You tend to have a lot of energy, yeah. And if you listen to more, somber, slower songs, right, I tend to be an introvert. Yeah, and it sounds kind of obvious, like, of course that's how it is. But actually, it's how it is. Yeah, it's how it is. Another thing, though, as a side note here, second side, I don't know, whatever, but on this topic, though, when I always tell people, the most obvious way to know if someone's an introvert or an extrovert, I'm gonna let you think about it for 10 seconds. So what do you think it is? Well, it actually is the shoes, okay? Every lecture I given, when I explain to people, right, everyone is like, whoa, yeah, it is the most obvious thing ever, actually. Looking at people's shoes is by far the easiest way to tell them if they're an extrovert or introvert. If someone has like colorful shoes, right? They're 99% an extrovert. Yeah. If you have like orange shoes, red shoes, and someone, right, they're also an extrovert. It's like super obvious thing. There's some more things too on music and clothing. Another thing is like how they have their like desk or whatever. Like if they have one or more chairs in desk and so on, right? For example, I had a meeting with my research boss, I guess, last week, and when I in his office, he has another chair in front of his desk, right? That's like extrovert thing. Let's talk to people here. He has like a chair so you can easily sit down next to him, right? Where some other people go to the office to have no chair to sit down on. They don't, they don't have a media. They're like, don't leave me alone, right? So those kind of stuff is pretty common. There's a bunch of tropes as well. I can give a video about that, but yeah, please subscribe, press the like button, have a great day.